Reporter for the National Journal. He's been working the story from Capitol Hill all night into the morning, and we should say that is a very slim minority of people who think that somehow it would be a good thing to go over the fiscal cliff. And I would argue you're already feeling the benefits of it. And you know, there are hundreds of billions of dollars of economic activity from early tax refunds that you might not get in the economy in the early part of the first quarter because people aren't going to get these early refunds. They're not going to be able to do your early tax returns because it's just such a mess there. What are you hearing about how close we are or how far away we are from a deal right now?
Well, certainly the negotiations that had happened through the night continued into the morning. Before I came on with you, I was conversing with a aide to Senator McConnell who said we're not going to know anything until Senate Republicans get to talk around 11 a.m. when the Senate reconvenes this morning. So we're still hours away from that. But Washington woke up this morning with no deal. We're only 17 hours away. And like a bunch of kids in college cramming for their exams, we have a situation where this all-nighter is going to come to an end at midnight here, one way or another, and we're waiting to see if the closers, Biden and McConnell, can bring something to the floor that could pass sometime today.
Cramming for the exam, yet this is an exam that has questions that are impossible to answer, and they wrote the exam in the first place. I mean, you know, John Avlon, a contributor for us, he described it like this: it's a time bomb that they set, that they're now trying to defuse. I mean, we should remind people Congress made this mess, and now they're arguing about whether they have a 1-week leeway or maybe we have, you know, it's pathetic.
Well, I think, you know, that time bomb analogy is a very good one. I've likened it often to a slow-moving car wreck where you're watching it happen and you're waiting for someone to take the wheel to avert the cliff. And, you know, the Democrats and the Republicans are still far apart on the threshold for who taxes should go up on. Democrats have been at 250, but there were reports yesterday, as I was talking to my sources, that Democrats have moved on that in negotiations with Republicans, you know, somewhere to the 350, 360 range, and Republicans are looking for more around the 500,000 range. So there's still a ways to go here as we walk into these final hours, and there is a good question about whether or not we just go over the cliff and we all come back after New Year's Day having the same stories being told and the same problems to address.
And we're talking about arguing about who's going to pay higher taxes. We just talked to a House congressman who says he's not going to. He won't vote for 450 or 550 as the threshold for higher taxes. Chris Frates, thanks so much. You know, cliffs, car wrecks,
Thank you.
closers. Just, you know, send me your analogies, metaphors, whatever you want. There's so many of them, and then none of them are good. Bottom of the hour, we're going to get Republican reaction from Congressman Jason Chaffetz.